Alright, hey, what's up everyone? OT the Pass here, back with another video. Today we've got ItzShibui, we got Apeugo,
How's it going?
and we also got
Yo,
Sprite in here today.
yo, it's good.
Today, could be making a tier list for what we think are the best decks right now, just because set 8 just dropped like a couple days ago.
Yeah, so set 8 just dropped for us here in the global, and we got some test plays with it at 2 local tourneys this past weekend. So we're trying to give our thoughts and analysis on the meta currently.
Yeah, it's also what we think about what the meta is going to be like for the upcoming BSF as well.
That yes.
Which is also why we have Chronojet there, because Chronojet's going to be legal by the time BSF starts. So I guess with that out of the way, you just get right into it. Thegria.
Thagria, tier 3.
Tier 3?
Yeah.
I guess tier 3 right now is a good placeholder. It's not tier 1 or like tier
You
2,
can also
but
change it along the way.
yeah, I'll just change it along the way, so it's whatever.
Tier 3 because it's very piece reliant.
Piece reliant, yeah.
You
And then
need the persona rights.
oh, you need to hit the other copies. Even though it's like 8 persona rights technically, you need to hit like the different ones in each turn, because you have to go from dark to light, light to dark. Yeah. Guess tier 3 is fine then. We'll just move it along. Barrel Magnus had his own original game plan. I mean, you can't really disrupt Barrel Magnus, right?
No, it plays its own game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on his own thing.
So if it's by itself, but it's not topping as much as I don't think it's much of a threat. So I would put it below Thegria.
Also, plus we see more Thegrias than Barrel Magnuses.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, that too.
We do have the one Bear Magnus player at our locals.
Then again, though, it's like I just don't think the deck itself is good enough to be above Thegria or even above like tier 3 for that
Yeah, I
fact.
haven't seen any like tops with it.
I haven't seen anything crazy
But
yet.
when it does come out, it does pop off sometimes.
Yeah.
if you can get the good soul charging. Alright, MLB tier 5. Garbage.
No,
Copia.
we're changing that to Sag.
Sag, Schofield, honestly. Even with the new promo, it's just struggle city. I can't bring myself to say that it's even above tier 4 or even in tier 4. Can't do it. It's just not good.
There we go.
Where do y'all think Mahar belongs though?
A hard tier 2. Like it's probably like mid tier 2 or low tier 2 because if it does pop off, it does pop off.
It's just I don't think there's like a pop off moment. I think as like a Mahar player, I think it's like it's just really consistent.
Yeah.
Of course, there are those times where like you whiff the great. If you're going second, you whiff the search, or like you whiff the you don't get RX or you don't get Amelia's. Then it struggles, but majority of the time you're gonna get either RX or you're gonna get either the Amelia, and then from then on, like you can get the grade 4, and it's just pure cruising from there on because it's just so consistent.
I think what's also another
When it
fact is that
happens.
I also think that it's not like tier 1 at the moment, just because like
Oh no,
compared to other decks, it's very slow now compared to other decks. It's just
this
more aggressive and they get their pieces faster than Mahar does.
this deck is just loses right now because of what the current meta we'll get into later, but like a couple decks that'll mess it up for sure, like Eva, Chronojet, Youthbrick, all those board control decks that are like meta right now are really hindering Mahar from being like tier 1.
Alright. Next up, Red Zorga.
Red Zorga,
I
see some pretty good toppings.
Yeah, top
Top of tier 2.
Nope.
If not, like it's a really on high tier 2 if
Yeah.
anything.
I think mainly just because like this BCS that we saw this year, it's just been a lot of more Zorga turnouts, and they actually were able to top this year.
Yeah, and it's only gonna get stronger with the upcoming sets because that's just how Bushiroad's doing over there so far. Every deck's getting a form of support, and Zorga is just gonna keep getting better, honestly. Because what do you have? You have the Persona Ride, you have the new order that lets you get another Persona Ride. Then you also have the other order that gives your front row 10k on top of the 2 like prison dragons that are like 20k beat sticks by itself as long as you alchemy magic.
Oh wait, can you alchemy magic with the chalice?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so imagine you persona riding, and then you can play like or no, like you don't have the persona ride, but you can alchemy magic with the chalice if you didn't persona ride.
Well, then again, you don't have to run 3 red Zorgas in, right?
Wait,
would
so you're
still
telling
run
me
it
you
because
just
you
recycle
want.
the chalice? Oh, sorry, my bad.
Well, no, you can't recycle chalice because once you use chalice, it leaves the game,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so you can't recycle it, but like running it as like a 5th persona ride and just having the option to alchemy magic it, I think it's huge.
You could also be ditch father since you're just gonna alchemagic it away.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Yeah.
ditch it, you can just ditch it because Sorga has no issue with ditching stuff from hand like all the other decks. But I think right now though, it's strong top contender for tier 2. I would leave it there.
For sure.
And then Magnolia,
Grade
the
4
fun card.
Magnolia. Inlet
Like,
Pulse just makes it tier 2. Now that it's back.
The Inlet Pulse, yeah, like before the Inlet Pulse unban, it would have been like tier 3.
Tier 3, tier 4.
Or we would have had like another slot for grade 3 Magnolia. But
Yeah.
grade 3, grade 4 Magnolia at this point is exactly the same thing.
Also, they
And
just
with the
got a
addition
little.
of Inlet,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, but and with the addition of the Inlet Pulse, it's just I think it's just too good. I think it's just really good actually.
Yeah.
I
Makes the
also
deck
think
pop again.
they just Magnolia got a little more consistent with that new grade 1 they got that searches for magnolias.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's
it's
really good.
Because one of the main issues was just like searching for your grade 4s, mainly for
Yeah.
any grade 4 deck. It was just searching them.
It's just
but
getting
now
to
you
the grade
have it.
4s, but like yeah, because Magnolia actually has the way to guarantee a grade to almost guarantee a grade 4 now, I guess. It's just really good compared to some of the other stuff that's already on the list.
Yeah.
I guess for the wait, what?
As for like the grade 4s, I think O'Hara and
Magnolia,
are
like,
just the better.
They're just
decks to play.
consistent compared to the other ones. They're just really
Yeah.
consistent.
They're neck and neck.
Oh, well,
And
then
then-
there's Kyrie too. Like that's
Kyrie's
not on the
also
list.
yeah. I
Kyrie
mean,
is another
might as well just bring it. It's just really consistent compared to like you don't see it because like you also don't see it in play as much because there's other better decks. But I think
Wait,
it could be like a
ItzShibui.
top contender for like either like. I would put it if we're putting the grade 4s in tier 2. I would think we put Kyrie in there because I think she competes with the grade 4s.
Yeah, she
But
can
she-
definitely
but, like,
compete.
above Magnolia.
No. I
I
don't think so. I think Magnolia can beat Kyrie just because of how many attacks it can get off.
No. Then again, the attack you can get a 6 attack. Kyrie also does the same thing, but she swings her bigger.
That is true.
Yeah, she does 5 attacks.
Didn't Magnolia have that the guard restrict? Or not guard restrict, but like
Yeah, you
No,
also
there's
have
a
the
guard
guard
restrict.
oh okay.
Yeah, there's a guard restrict for it. That Kyrie doesn't have. On all the grade 4 decks, they're so similar that you could put them right next to each other and it would honestly be fine. I think.
Yeah.
Well, we'll probably get to that later. Jiva,
Jiva,
that shit in, like-
I want to say tier 3.
tier 3.
It doesn't
Well,
have the
doesn't
support it
Vanguard?
needs at the moment. Yeah.
I think just because it doesn't have the support it needs to put it like. I was gonna say tier 4, but that's too harsh. I don't think.
Sangria just got the support it needed though.
I would think
So
below
it is
Sangria,
better than
yeah.
Jiva.
Alright, Minerva.
No,
Um,
I mean we can always talk about it later since the set just dropped.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh
just
yeah,
save
we'll talk about
space
that
for
later. Yeah.
Bastion
Prime.
Bastion Prime. Just put it up there with the Magna. I think they're all the grade 4 decks. They're really similar in power. Honestly, I think.
The thing is, like, then didn't get anything to refresh them because there's nothing to refresh. Like, there's just.
I
brand
know.
new things
Well,
to do.
Bastion's always getting support technically because every grade 3 they release for Keter is a
Oh yeah.
new
that's
thing.
true.
Yeah, because now they have like that grade 3 that guard restricts, which is
Also-
which it's pretty great. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Also with that new upcoming grade 3 that I think if you place in Soul, your whole field gets a boost. That's
Yeah.
insane. That's insane for the deck.
Because then you don't need to run Darkstring anymore, and it opens up more deck building. You don't have to run that order. Yeah, the new grade 3 that's coming out later, so we won't have to worry about it now. But I think as of right now, I think it's like above Magnolia maybe.
No, I think Magnolia's definitely above
Yeah.
Bastion.
Honestly, I think Magnolia is gonna be a lot stronger than Bastion.
No, yeah, more consistent. Yeah, I
Also
can see it.
because Bastion's all grade 3s, right? It doesn't have enough shield value. To guard
Yeah, as long as you
that.
rush it early and the opponent knows that, then
Mhm.
yeah, I can put it tier 2 then.
All right.
Alright,
Hexor.
Hexaorb. Like
Tier
4, maybe I think.
Tier 4.
Nothing nice to be said about like it's not struggling, or it is, but
It's struggling, but it's fighting for its damn life. That's.
I think you can put it above MLB in the Sag.
I think. Let's leave it at tier 4 for now.
Tier 4 for now,
It does
yeah.
have like potential to win
Yeah,
some.
Leonor. Yeah, well, yeah, Hexaorb. Yeah, it can win some stuff, certain stuff.
Leonor just above.
Above Jiva, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Above Jiva. Galactic Heroes, Sag.
Chad.
put it in there. High hopes for the
I
deck,
really
but
wish this was so good.
we do.
I mean, it does
I
get
wish
one card of support later on, but then
one
like
card. I don't
it's
know. That
still
doesn't.
not
That doesn't.
good.
It's still not good. It's too piece reliant. I like the idea they were going for it with it though.
Mm-hmm.
Like the idea seemed cool, but
I think if they made it 2 bases instead of 3 for the crit requirement, it would have been at least decent.
it would have been decent. But even then, you have to get stuff into the base, and that's hard
Yeah,
enough as
true.
it is. And then, like even then, like it was funny. Skill issue debatable, but you can top 7 and still whiff pretty hard with the bases.
Yeah.
You can whiff pretty hard. All right. Next up is
Wellstra.
Wellstra. Tier 4.
I would say it's above Hexa Orb.
Out-
Really?
I could.
With
Yeah, I
Tier
would say it's
4?
above Hexa.
Yeah, it has the potential to be better than Hexa Orb.
I think
Because-
Hexalord does just because it forces triggers.
Yeah, well, the Wellstra forces a multi attack on top of like this really big city tower thing, whatever you want to
Adds some
call
power
it.
to the Vanguard.
Yeah,
Like
I think it puts it above the Hexa Orb.
yeah.
Okay.
Either that or they're neck and neck, honestly.
Yeah,
True,
it could
true,
honestly be
yeah.
that too.
Bob Sagra.
I would put it in tier 2
Yeah,
for sure.
I'd say it's above Mahar and underneath Zorga.
Underneath Zorga, yeah, just because it's in terms of consistency. Because now you can get the you can recycle your arms a lot easier with the grade 1, and you also have the other Blaze mini grade 1 that searches out Trick Moon into the drop for you.
Yeah. Also, plus
I think
Zorga
it's-
plays its own game too. It doesn't get even if you do something to their board, it's not really
Yeah,
affected by
and
it.
Basagra is just like board control is just really good. So like all the decks below her that they kind of need board, and then Zorga you don't go fuck. So I think tier 2 right there above Mahar, but under Zorga I think that's fine.
Great for
Bruce grade
Bruce.
4.
Sad.
It's not Sag. It's
It's
still one of those
close
decks
to
where, like,
it.
it's still one of those decks where like if it goes first, it can go hard. Just
I
because
wanna-
of how Bruce is. I think tier 3 around
I
there.
think
honestly.
Wellstar beats Grade 4 Bruce. To be perfectly honest, I think Wellstar beats Grade 4 Bruce.
No, it doesn't.
Nah.
Because
Cause like you have to give it the fact that grade 4 Bruce still does grade 4 things, you know?
it does
Like the
have
inherent
that.
triple drive, the multi attack. If you go first, the Diablos units do swing pretty hard. So I would say like mid to low tier 3.
I'll put it below Barrow Magnus because Barrow Magnus just has a better consistency than it. I feel like.
Yeah, Bruce, you can whip pretty hard on some of the Bruce stuff. But with the addition of Julian in set 6, was it? It did get better.
I would
So I
say
think-
it's better with Grade 3 Bruce. Like speaking of that, like I would put Grade 3 Bruce like above. Either,
Above
like,
Jiva?
mid tier 3 to like high
I could
tier
see
3.
it, yeah. I could see it, yeah. You just won't see much playability from it though.
Yeah.
Not many people are gonna play it. And then just moving on. Have
Michu.
Michu. That's a hard one because I don't see many people playing it that much. The only thing I know the deck does is like what it has is you get to rewrite the Vanguard on grade. You get to rewrite from a grade 3 to a grade 1 for multi attack, which I
Yeah.
think is not too bad because that's like an extra drive check.
I think just from my experience from BCS during BCS this year, I would say it's definitely mid tier 3.
Yeah,
Because like for Bruce, it definitely gets outrushed. And if your columns are big enough, it can't really handle it because I would say it's just a little more consistent than Barrow Magnus. It's just more consistent than the other 3, like Java, Barrow Magnus, or 3-4 Bruce. But in terms of offensive power, the other 3 are definitely above Michu.
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, that's fair. We can put it there for now then. Lutetia,
That's
tier
that has
1.
to
No
be
question.
dude.
There's no question about it. Just put that baby in tier 1.
I'm pretty sure at this point everyone knows
Deck's,
that
the deck's just
X
good.
zero
So
low.
good.
It's just the deck's just good. You can't. There's no
Has
arguing.
everything.
All right.
Alright,
Man, the myth,
chaos.
the legend, chaos.
Chaos.
I want to put it right.
I
here.
want to put it in like a low 3 tier, just cause I don't know. You don't see much showing from it. there's like a guy at the locals, my boy Jake.
Shout out.
B-boy Jake.
B-boy Jake, he makes chaos look good. So like I would give like a high 3. Because let's be honest, even Jake knows it's not the greatest.
Yeah, it's not the greatest, but
He can do things
Jake just makes it
of
an anomaly. Jake is just an anomaly when it comes to the deck. That's why I think it's like
yeah.
mid to low tier 3.
Yeah, but if we're talking about the deck itself, though, I'd put like a mid tier 3.
I would put it underneath Michu. But
Really, you think it
above
beats
everything else.
Bruce?
Yes.
I would put
Huh.
a lot of things above Bruce, though. Let's be honest.
Okay,
Bruce
that's
has
true.
the
That's true.
combos, but like the chaos, like if you get it done right, it literally beats Bruce out of the water. It's like
True, true.
because
It does take a lot of setup though.
the fact that Jake got 9th place at BCS Anaheim 2022,
Chaos.
that's ridiculous. Like
That's insane.
if anything, I'll probably put like his list down in the description, but
Down in the description, yeah, we'll probably tag him in it as
it
well.
it was nutty. All right, yo,
Alright, yo,
that's above Zorga.
above Zorga, I would put it below Bob.
Really?
I would put it below Bob, yeah, because
Overkill is
I can't
really
say
good.
I can't say it's better than
I
the Great Force
agree.
though. I think it's on the same level as the Great Force. Because you have to play it like you play Thangria. You have the light version and the dark version.
I don't
Right?
know about that actually. I think it can beat Magnolia, Kyrie, and Bastion, but I don't think it can beat Mahar because Mahar can cruise the whole time after it reaches grade 4. But
Yeah.
for Yo, it like once it hits a certain mark, it starts falling down pretty fast. That's just my opinion, at least. Just because it relies so much on your other pieces and game sense that once you hit the final Yo form, it just starts declining a little bit.
Yeah.
I guess yeah. All right.
Eva tier 1.
My
No question.
favorite deck.
No question.
My favorite deck,
It's
but also the deck that makes me want to hurt myself.
it's such a good deck because the consistency is just so strong.
There's just
Also,
The orders too, especially with the new order that just came out in Set 8, the one that lets you top 5 to call something, makes it even more consistent.
it does.
also the new Alkadine, it just makes board control a lot more easier now.
Yeah,
You can
because
just swing at front row now instead of just binding it.
But here's like the kicker with it. You have to hit. You have to hit it. Either you call it by Ava skill or the new grade 3 order. If you don't get out the grade 3 order, they're guaranteed to just intercept. And that's what the issue is if you whiff. If you whiff, then you're better off just going grade 3. Obviously.
At least it is
Yeah.
board pressure though.
Yeah.
But can we
it's board
say that Eva is better than Letitia or Letitia is better than Eva?
pressure.
I would say all the tier
personally-
1s right now though are like neck and neck. But
Personally, me, I think Letitia is better than Eva. Just the way it is right now, I personally think Letitia is better.
Well,
Hmm.
it's
I think
it's
yeah.
a hard debate because let's say
Yeah.
you get the one. What was the grade 1 name? That is like what, $40.
oh the
Oh, the girl booster that
the grade
bounces
one
into the hand.
that the grade one that bounces something back to
Yeah,
him.
if you're going against Letitia with Ava and you bind that one, but they don't see it for the rest of the game, aren't they just done?
That's why they run 4 copies.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
there's
why,
4
like, if
copies
they
in
don't
the
see
deck,
the
so
copies, it's kind of a
You're
done
guaranteed
deal.
to see the other.
yeah, but Letitia still does its own thing though. Where like
Yeah.
like it's 3 attacks and then that swing get the Vanguard for huge. Like that's scary. So I think you can make a case for one being on top of the other.
You're not wrong though. They are very much neck and neck.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very interchangeable. Like the spot would not be like
It
think
wouldn't
tier one-
change.
Tier 1, there's
All
no
the-
like
All the tier
specific
1
order.
decks, like any of them can be on top.
Okay, I don't
Honestly.
know about that. I don't know about that.
Any of the tier 1 stuff, like yeah, you know what? Let's just get it out of the way. Put Youthbrook in there real quick, and the end as well.
Yeah.
So Youthbrook in the end, like Any of these decks.
These 4 decks are just too good right now.
yeah. And you know what? Fuck
okay.
it. Put Chronojet in there too, cause
Okay,
it's
Chronojet's
just
upper tier 1 right now. For sure, it's upper tier 1.
Nah, not no. Like I
See
still
how
think
hard
any
it
of these.
scales?
Okay, with the additional Chronojet though, I would put Draconic Overload at the end, towards the end of tier 1.
The thing is,
But
like,
then like, yeah,
I feel like Chronojet, yes, it is a tier 1 deck. But how many players are tier 1 players for the deck?
ah, no. But then that's the thing though.
There's not a
Chronojet just
lot of
makes it
people that
that good.
can play it to the highest level it should be played at. But we have seen a lot of talk in Japan.
This is how good the deck is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
because
like, it can make anything look good. Because it's just that it's just simple to play.
that's why
it's
I-
very easy
numbers.
to pilot.
Yeah. But then the same thing can be said with all the Youthberg, the Eva, Lutetia. They're all the same formulas. The especially Draconic
I kind
Overlord.
of, I kind of don't agree with this order right now because just because of world we just saw it in Worlds, Youthberg definitely is up there.
Yeah. So if we're basing off worlds, then and this was before Tempest, and this was also before
yeah.
the
So
new Grade
before-
3 order. So
Also plus Tempest, fat hand, fat.
yeah, Tempest has good hand. Unless you rush them. If you rush them, then they have like no hand.
If we're going based on worlds, I think Letitia and Ava are like they're both tied. But
And then
Chronojet wouldn't even be on the list.
yeah, so we can't really factor that in, but
I would say
right here though, like
let's leave it right here below the end because we haven't seen any gameplay of it in the
yeah, not here in globals.
You can only
Not here in
base
the
it off
global
JP
scene.
right now.
yeah. Blue Zorga.
Yeah.
Upper tier 3.
I'm gonna leave it there and we'll skip on over. No, but Blue Zorga, I don't see it often anymore because it's just Red Zorga. I don't think anyone else needs to like explain it, right? Or do you guys have something to say about it?
I mean, for Blue Zor, it really depends on the player because Red Zor is just more aggressive, and Blue Zor is just more tempo based. So it just really depends on the player. But I kind of do agree with the placement of where Blue Zorga is right now, just because of how consistent it is compared to all the other decks inside tier 3.
Yeah.
Blue Zorga, I don't see much playability from it. I only know I've only seen one guy play it ever since Red Zorga came out, so I'm too unsure about it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen much show. I've seen less showings of it compared to Red Zorga, so just for that reason,
Yeah.
I would put it below it. But I can't say much about it though.
All right then.
All right.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Next up is Dreadjewel.
Jeweled. I had high hopes for it.
I would like
Crazy
to
part
put
is I
it at
haven't
tier
seen
2.
it.
I would say below the 4s though.
Yeah, I would say below the 4s as well.
No, because
Or not even below, like
you got the
in between.
You got the what was it? Swirlers. You have a lot of things to put in the power that's better than the Great Fours. That's why I think it's like the low top tier 2.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
No,
I'm satisfied with that placement then.
It could work because I would argue that either like you could put it behind Yo maybe behind Shaman King
Mm-hmm.
or below.
Well, actually,
no.
true.
You could put it like right below
Behind
Kyrie
Mahar.
or behind Kyrie. I think.
I think it's better than Kyrie, honestly.
You think it's better than Kyrie?
I do agree.
Like,
Alright.
It's not like broken, but at the same time, it does hurt when you play
Is
against
I can see Mahar beating Dreadjewel just because it can overwhelm it by how giant those Esperidias can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I would say Mahar can beat Dreadjewel right now is because how big those Esperidias get.
That's fair.
All right, we'll move Graham Grace to the bottom. All right, PBO. Sad.
PBO. Is it Circle Street? I think it's better.
It's way better than.
I
it's
think-
way better than Sad.
I think it's like tier 3.
Bottom
honestly.
tier 3.
Really?
Way
Mid
bottom tier 3.
I would put it above grade 3 Bruce.
Interesting.
I think it's pretty consistent
You
with
think
the
it can
multi
beat
attacking.
If
Barrow?
we're going from here, then I would argue that Jiva beats PBO.
Argue that Jiva beats PBO.
I think I honestly think it's between Barrow and Grade 4 Bruce. That's my opinion. At least is because I just don't think it's consistent enough compared to the other decks.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Like sure you can get Blaster Dark every turn, but those Blaster Darks don't really hit giant numbers compared to every other deck right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. I don't think it's like a bunch about the giant numbers. I think it's more about like your Vanguard's continuously gonna have that crit, and you're continuously gonna see the Blaster Dark.
The problem is that I don't think people really run the PBD
I think
that much.
really don't think people. I think PBD is an essential part of the deck because then you
Oh,
just
really?
because you just
Oh, okay.
put that in the right line. You just I mean that's one of the reasons why the main is there. I think is to
Okay.
sub the PBD into the soul so you can get the eternal +2 crit.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that I don't know because I think a Vanguard always having crit and then always having the option to call out like Blaster Dark. I think that's just really good. So like that's why I would put it above Shiva or below like or above Bruce as well.
We can leave it here
Alright.
then.
Because I could leave it for right there.
Yeah.
Okay, for Eugene, can we just agree that's sad?
Struggle Street.
Okay.
It could be. You could make an argument for tier 4 though.
I can't put a top of tier 4.
I can't put it top of 4. No, I can't.
I can't agree with
I
that.
can't do
There's
that.
no way it
Really?
beats Welstra.
I would put it. I would put Welstra above.
Interesting.
I would put it.
I've seen gameplay
Yeah.
where it does work. The thing is, Welstra doesn't work right now.
You're not wrong there. Yeah, it does have more support compared to Welstra at the moment. I think it's just because Eugene is such a meme. People have like a different look on it.
It's just the dark horse of Dragon Empire. That's it.
It's the dark horse for Vanguard in general. What do you mean?
All right, we'll leave it in the middle, tier 4. All right, Orphis. It did top. It did top. I'll give it that much.
It did top, but that's only because of the mega heal sacking it did.
I do not agree with that placement right there. There's no way it's bottom 3. It's
I would put
2.
it upper 4.
Upper 4?
I put it upper. Dude, the deck.
No way.
It has so much hand issues that.
But if
crazy.
you outrush them, if you outrush them, they can't catch
Yeah,
up. That's why I
there's
think
no
Orphis
such
is
thing.
so good.
There's no such thing as rushing though in Orphis because the plays only get good when you hit grade 3, and that's assuming you actually hit the multi attacker.
Then on top of that, you have to. I don't really know the play style of Orphis because I don't go against it. No one plays it in our local.
Like I think out of everyone, I'm like one of the only people who play Orphis. And like it's just sad.
Another guy from our locals, his name is Vincent. Shout out to Vincent. He does main Zorg, not Zorga, Orphis. He does. Well, you are right though. He did say one of the main issues with Orphis is lack of hand size.
Lack of hand size because even though you're calling out tokens, you're sacrificing a lot of cards to call out those tokens.
I just don't agree that Java or like Grey 4 Bruce can beat Orphis. That's just my opinion.
Because at the end of the day, Orphis, you have to hit Persona Ride. You have to hit the grade 3 that lets you call out another token. You have to hit. You have to hit your orders. If you don't hit your orders, you're screwed.
There's so many pieces that you factor in for Orphis to work.
Yeah, like
for Bruce, you just need a board.
Yeah, you see board, and then it goes off. Orphis, you need to hit the orders. You need the Persona Ride. Hit the grade 3 that lets you call out the token. It's just too much, honestly. And you don't get rewarded as much of it unless you're running this other grade 1 that you would also have to hit. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. It's just too many pieces, and then not enough reward for the amount of work you're putting in.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. It does take a lot of pieces to set up.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we'll leave it there for now. Moving on.
The
Mafia
Greedon
himself.
Greedon.
It's a rogue deck. I would put it somewhere in tier 3 though.
I think this placement is good.
Above Leonord, but below Blue Zorga? I think it's above Blue Zorga, maybe.
It's very hard to say because there's like 2 types of players for Greedon. Just from the player base, it's either they greed for the Vanguard or they actually make boards with the rear guards.
Either way, though, it's a 7 damage deck that you can pretty much guarantee Persona Ride half the time, right? Because the amount of drive checking you're doing.
Yeah.
So like it's not too hard to hit Persona Ride.
Turn 2 OT every.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty good. Yeah, and if you hit the OT, it's pretty insane. But then again, that's like every deck. If you hit OT for any deck, it's pretty insane. But yeah, I think Greedon right there, right below Thagria, should be pretty good because it can still clutch out a win every now and then if it
Yeah.
hits the pieces,
Okay,
or if you hit like the potential like 2 extra restands.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really good.
Okay,
Rorwa,
this is a very controversial topic in my opinion.
I think Rorwa is decent.
It is very, very. I think it's like borderline competitive play now, just because of what the support just gave it.
So you would put it tier 2?
I would put it in tier 2 personally. Me, it's able to get 5 attacks with giant numbers now. I think,
Yeah, you got the dragon that sucks up tokens.
and then with the new Radalina, insane.
Yeah, that's for later on though. We probably won't see that.
I think the only time
Actually,
I'll see
no.
more Rora is like during set 9.
Set 9 stuff, that's probably where. But as of right now, set 8, you probably won't see much representation for it. You'll encounter the 1 or 2 guys that play it, but I think it's like a mid tier 3 deck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
As
I
of
feel like
for right now,
it's right next to Leonor or just above Leonor.
I would put it above Leon. Yeah,
Really, I think it's above Greedon.
I don't think it's above Green.
Greedon.
It's more consistent than Greedon. Actually, no. Hold on. Greedon,
Nah.
Greedon just needs things to eat. It just needs things.
Yeah,
to eat
it just needs
ham.
board.
And that's
Which you could argue is it could be kind of hard to get that board, but
it's not really.
I don't think it's that bad. Yeah. All right.
Flagberg.
Flagberg.
That's
I would put it tier 2 at least.
High tier
right
2.
here.
High tier 2.
No, honestly, I feel like this is
Above Bob.
Ooh,
Above
above
Bob,
Bob,
for
but
sure.
below.
Would you put it below Zorga?
Zorga.
no. I think it's above Zorga because
I could
But-
see it above Zorga. Yeah.
you got multi-attack, guard restrict, and then you have
Draw power.
Draw
You
power.
have that.
and then you have the inland pulses that work off of it just as well. Restanding.
Yeah.
It's just
Restanding, and then it's just
Oh, yeah,
multi attack
true.
is
it's the
good.
better Maelstrom at the moment.
Also, with the new promo that I just got, the grade 3 that can attack from the back row.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's really good. So it's like a 5 attack deck, and then if you hit that 5 attack, which is pretty easily, because you have like many different methods of restanding and pretty good form of counter charging as well.
Mhm.
So I think top of tier 2
Yeah, I can agree with this.
for sure. Gravidia,
It's above Flagberg.
I haven't.
It's just
you know,
RNG.
if I think about it, like I haven't seen much.
Okay, yeah, that is
Gravidia.
true. Gravidia, the player base for Gravidia died down in our area because there's just better options to play, and the other decks you get to keep your friends.
Yeah, you don't lose friends playing the other decks, but Gravidia just.
It's strong.
It's a really good deck just because of the amount of deck thing it does, the amount of drawing it does, but you can only keep it that consistently if you have the Persona Ride. Without the Persona Rides, you're kind of struggling for orders.
Yeah.
I kind
You
of
also
think
need,
it's I kind of think it's below Zorga. Not gonna lie.
below Zorga. I would put it
I would put it above Zorga.
it
Really?
below
Okay.
Flagberg though,
I can see that.
because I think Flagberg is more consistent than Gravidia.
Yeah.
It just got more consistent nowadays.
Yeah.
Because Gravidia is like stagnated. Ever since the new stuff has come out, it's just stagnated and it's like slowly dropping on its own.
Yeah. All right, Zeus from Record of Ragnarok.
4.
I have no idea how this deck
Yeah.
plays. I've rarely seen
Only
people
one
play it.
person at our locals play this. I'm gonna say it's 4. Once you swing at rear, they rely so much on the rear guard Zeuses. Swing at the Zeuses, they're gone. They're done.
Yeah,
I've never seen this player at our locals because I never get paired up with them. So
pretty sure I can
But-
tell you right now, he's pretty. It's a pretty funny deck though.
Okay.
It's
if he gets
funny, but
going.
it's not competitive at all. You
Yeah,
swing
I
at rear
was-
guards and you win instantly.
okay.
All right, next up is Pure Light.
Seraph's
Oh,
no. Oh my.
I would put
God.
Pure Light above Bob Sagra.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I agree with
'cause
that. Not gonna lie.
I would put it above Bob just because like it's just the prison mechanic at the time when it first came out was pretty good. Pure Light just made it so much better.
It just shits
And-
on every other grade 4.
Yeah, and then even though like it's not as good now, I think it's still pretty decent.
I want to say it's above Zorga.
Really?
Yes. Because like
I will be right back.
there's just the game state of right now. Like when you play against when you have both of those decks playing against each other, I honestly see Pure Light winning more.
Oh, actually, I can kind of agree. I do kind of agree with that actually, because I think the thing about Zorga is that it has its resources, but it recycles resources.
Yeah.
But since Pure Light gets rid of resources,
They can't
Zorga
really
just
do anything.
they start falling down really fast.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you have to counterblast or even soul blast just to get units back, and that's crucial. The soul blasting part is really crucial because you need that soul just to outcome magic.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's just really good board control.
Kamayura?
How about
Right now?
Yura with the new support of the new grade 2 Raramies and Rivermies?
It's kind of hard to say because we don't have much local
Yeah,
experience with them.
we haven't played that much against it, but
just-
I think it's a
I
good
wanna
contender
s-
below Zorga, maybe.
I think it's neck and neck with Bob. Just because like it does have the Shiryuki skill where like minuses 10 to the front row.
Yeah,
And then now with the
I
new
think
Ririmi and
it's
Rarami, they can bounce everything back to their they can bounce the two dolls back now.
yeah. I haven't played much against it. I wouldn't be able to know, but I can't say though. Like, I don't think it's better than Mahar though. That's rough though, but
I mean, from the games I played against it, it's definitely above Buff Saga.
Boss Saga, okay. That means we could probably put Mahar up. Actually, no, we haven't played as much against
It's
it,
just
so Mahar
because
is like
like
the way it is.
it's just because Tamariya is like one of those anomaly decks that hinders your gameplay.
Yeah.
Like it's annoying, but then it's sometimes it can go off, but at the same time it's very player based reliant, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
that's
like
fair.
it's just like Pure Light Zorg. It's just like Pure Light and Zorga and Flagberg. It really depends on the pilot. But if they match with the right pilot, it goes it goes ham.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay, I guess moving on to the new stuff, the good goods of set 8. The first one we
Minerva.
got is Minerva.
Top two.
How do you
I do
guys
like
feel about this? Because I have mixed feelings, but at the same time, it's pretty good.
I think it's a
I think it's
decently
borderline
good
insane.
deck.
I think it's
I think you
borderline
could put it
insane.
like either tier 2 or tier 3, you know?
I feel like it's
Definitely tier 2
above
for me.
Yo.
Above Yo.
That's where I want to place it, but I want to hear you guys discuss about it.
I kind of agree with this placement. Is because my experience with Minerva so far, it has a restander. It can check the top card of the deck. It has hand size because of the new witches that return back to the hand.
Yeah.
It calls stuff from when you soul blast. Like it has every resource you need
Yeah.
to build a board and build a hand. It's just too good in my opinion.
Book board for free too because the Minervas and the Apple Witch stuff and the
Yeah.
other witch one, like once you rewrite Minerva, you call you and you have to I think you have to discard the one of the witches. Then she calls herself out behind the Vanguard to make it a booster. So I think it's
On top
I
of
think
that,
it's
the
decent.
restander.
Yeah. I think it's pretty good. Would I put it above Yo? I
I
probably
would put
would.
it above Jeweled.
I could put it nah.
Actually, yeah, because
Above your Jeweled? Yeah,
I
I can
agree
see
with
it.
above Jeweled.
I can see it being above your Jeweled. We just have to play test more. We have all these other
the
decks
issue
though.
with your Jewel right now is that we need more support.
It just needs one more set. It just needs
It needs
one more set.
consistent soul charging.
Really consistent soul charging?
Well,
I
not
would-
consistent soul charging, but consistent numbers to make the
Yeah,
0 to
'cause
4, or 0 to
It'd
3.
be nice though, cause like I think if Jeweled had that one card that would allow it to what's it called?
Ooh.
Consistently get off the power to 1 on first grade 3 ride, like consistently, I would say it's pretty good.
I think it needs a guard restrict actually.
No, I don't think guard restrict's the issue. Just because you already have multi-attack, I don't think a guard restrict would be an issue.
No, it's because like you know how okay, so how to say this? Flagbearer has a guard restrict and multi attack. If somehow I would say let's say there's a booster that could give Jeweled when like 2-card guard or 3-card hand guard, it'd be much more annoying because you have to go against the other Ragnaroks or I forgot how to pronounce it. The other-
Rockagors.
Rockagors. Thank you. You'd have to keep in mind those are swinging as well. So just having a guard
Yeah.
restrict would make it a lot more threatening, in my opinion.
I
But
because
that's in the future if they do give it more
yeah.
support.
Then again, though, it's like the power of one and crit on Vanguard already in. I think it's good enough that it doesn't need a guard restrict.
It's just because it's so easily PGable. You just need to save.
Well, yeah, that's the
PGs.
thing though. It's like if you no guard Raku Jojul at 2, and they consistently can get that crit off with the power to 1, it's either PG or die.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it already is like in like quote unquote a guard restrict because they're always threatening a PG. So I think it's pretty decent.
All right. Next up is the
Lucier
Queen herself.
herself, the queen.
I think this definitely beats grade 4 decks in my opinion.
Yeah.
It,
It,
I could say it.
I
The
agree.
hand
Goes out of
size,
water.
like the hand power it can get, the multi attack it can get, the new order that lets you like, and then you get like +5 to the front row. The only thing I don't like about it is that you have to call it different grades.
Yeah, that's the only
But
downside
because
of
like
it.
yeah, because like that can be an issue because half the time you just be calling out like 0, 1, and 2. Sometimes you'll get a 3 in, but never on the first grade 3 ride or
Also,
rarely
also, I think you have to be very consistent with like getting the
the
order
order.
back in soul.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is you have to be real. Not only you have to get 3 different grades back into your soul somehow. You also have to get the order back in soul, which
Yeah.
it commits a lot of resources.
It's
I
not
guess.
that bad though, because
It's high
just like for
skill-
Jujul, you have you
high
do have
skill ceiling.
Valkate. You have the high skill ceiling, because like you have to keep track what you're putting in the soul,
Yeah.
What's
and then
left in
knowing
the
what
deck.
to left in the deck, what are you gonna soul charge out, so you could put back in later with cards like
Ooh.
Valkate and other stuff like that.
Actually, I kind of agree. I think Pure Light is above Lukier.
Feel like would
I
be
don't know,
above the
because
tier.
it binds.
I
It
can see.
binds
Oh
stuff from
yeah,
soul.
Yeah.
honestly,
It binds stuff
yeah.
from soul.
Soul, hand, and drop. So I would put it above it. Yeah.
It's
That
threatening
deck
your
just gets
resources.
fucked. That deck just gets fucked by prison. I think all the decks we have right now that are below prison get fucked by it
Yeah.
pretty easily.
It's just too strong of
Yeah.
a contender.
It's just good. All right.
Can we agree Maelstrom is a second-rate flag bird? Can
Maelstrom
we just agree on that?
Okay. Maelstrom, I want to agree. It goes right here.
above Chaos, below Michu.
Actually, I agree with that.
Michu 3.
I very much agree with that.
Because
Actually,
Maelstrom, it has the multi attacks. It has the hand. It has like not really removal, but like once you swing on 4th attack, you draw and you retire something.
it's not threatening at all.
Yeah, it's not threatening.
Not
but
as
it's
threatening.
something.
Yeah, it's something.
Like maybe if it retired more units, maybe more threatening because you're losing more resources.
And then
I
on top
think
of that,
here, if we do this, then I think what you could do is move PBO above Chaos, but put it below Chaos. I think. So like, and then put Maelstrom below Chaos, or below PB.
Actually, no, I do agree
below
with that. Actually,
PBO.
below PBO.
It's like above Chaos, but not as good as PBO. I think.
because PBO is more threatening than Maelstrom. And it's
Yeah,
more
because if we're talking about
consistent than Maelstrom.
threatening, where it's more consistent, more threatening than Maelstrom, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, no, I very much agree with this positioning right now for Maelstrom.
I think right there it's good, unless you wanna.
Well, I was just gonna say that like it's very consistent. You have the hand size. You're always gonna be able to get the 5 attacks, at least 4. You're always gonna guarantee the 4 attacks. So it's a very consistent deck if you know how to build it and play it.
Yeah, but same thing can be said about PBO as well. You're always guaranteed the 4 attacks. Right?
Anything
And
above
you
Maelstrom
get
right
the
now,
fit.
anything above Maelstrom right now is pretty consistent as it is already.
Well, I think like right now we're not seeing as much PBOs as we're gonna be seeing Maelstrom. So in time, I'm pretty sure Maelstrom will just get.
Oh, yeah, it could be like better in
will
time, but
be-
like I just think like as of right now though,
as a speculation, right? Yeah.
as a speculation right now, I don't think it's gonna be better than PBO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we are only doing this like what is like
The
2
weekend
weeks after
after.
release,
No,
or
it's
yeah,
not 2 weeks. It's just a weekend after.
yeah, it's been like the weekend after the set release, so all the stuff regarding the new stuff in set A is just speculation at this point.
All right. Next up is
The Crimson Legend.
Shoji
Dojo.
Shoji Doji. I have not played against it that much.
I've test played it the past weekend when we had the little party,
Yeah.
but it's, how do I say it? Like it's hard to explain it other than like
Oh, okay.
piece reliant. You need to see stealths.
I could see that. Yeah, you
You
need
need
to
to
see your
bind
your
stealths.
stealth units.
I would put it below
Really?
Zorga because
Below.
we haven't really had much test play with it, and I don't think it's gonna. I think if we did this list probably like a week later, it probably would be different. But I feel like it's below Blue Zorga.
I could put it there then.
I kind of think it's a below Roroa though. That's the only problem. Is because Roroa is just more. I think it just has better columns and a little bit better consistency than Shoujo Dochi.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
I just don't think it can keep up compared to Roroa. That's it. Compared to the
Roroa,
other decks below it.
All right,
maybe.
that works. Yeah.
All right, moving on to Archite.
I haven't had too
The
much touch play with it, so.
The only person I've seen remotely even try to play it is Jake, and I haven't played against it yet, so I wouldn't be able to say anything. But I just because I haven't heard much about it though, I'd have to assume it's like a tier 3 deck.
Yeah.
It's because I haven't heard as much results from it, so I wouldn't be able to say anything.
Well, going off of what we have seen that is put in the deck, like let's say Bubble Mines, Combine
And-
Rushers.
Yeah, let me check the deck standard logs for what they have in there.
Because if they have those units, then it probably should be good. Because
because they have
Combine
Bubble
Rushers-
Mines. Most deck lists aren't running Combine Rushes because this isn't this isn't really an order deck.
It's mainly aliens, right?
It's mainly aliens. You just call them out to swing phase.
Yeah.
Well, not aliens, monsters, but then
Alien robots, yeah. It's mainly it's not an order deck even though it's a Brancate deck. So you. It's
That's
like
what I like about.
I mean,
it.
Combine
it's
Rusher
kinda,
wouldn't really be useful in there.
Archite is kind of consistent considering the order that they have. It searches monsters out, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that's got a point for it. But right now, I think it's around a tier 3.
It's
Can I say
below
it's
tier 3.
above? Yeah, but can I say it's above Jiva though? Would you
It's
say it's
more
above Jiva?
consistent.
It could be above
More
Jiva. I could
consistent.
put like, it could be right in between it. Yeah,
Yeah, I think this right here is pretty good.
yeah, not as good as Jiva maybe, but could be better though. All right, Graham Grace, the
I
card
feel like this.
we've been waiting for so long.
Yeah, I feel like this deck has potential. It has potential to be.
Oh,
good.
hold on, be right back.
It just needs a little bit more
Yeah,
support.
it just needs a little kick. Because
It makes me sad that Fafnir is not coming yet. I'm really sad about that. But then at least I'm glad Graham Grace came. I would say Graham Grace could honestly do better than Thegria, but not better than Bastion.
So you want to put it at
Top three, I think.
Okay.
It's just because like being able to persona ride your whole field,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think there's also a new promo coming out for it as well. Like Graham Grace is getting a new promo specifically for it, and that's gonna make the deck pretty good. But that's not out yet. But
Ooh,
I think, yeah, the only test playing I've had so far with Graham Grace is on Deer Days, which is pretty close. You know, like
Yeah.
regarding this, it can get wins.
I kind of take this back though. Not gonna lie, I think Graham Grace is below Thegria. It's because Thegria has Maple or other cards that can consistently get back your persona ride. But for Graham Grace, it has no way of getting back a persona ride.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why you run the order to ensure Persona Ride. If you can guarantee that Persona Ride, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, I think I agree with this.
I think right now, yeah, below Thegria, but above Greedon. I think it's at the same level as Greedon, but could be slightly bit better.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For this unit,
All right.
I think
That
I'll
unit-
agree 4.
It's pretty struggles. Okay, never mind.
Honestly, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Actually, I think Zeus would do better than it. I'm not gonna lie.
Because it's just nothing. We got it as a promo, and there's just nothing we can do with it yet.
I actually test played this card, it's really hard. I would say like it's very late when you get the 6 grade
Yeah.
3s in your soul. It's very late, and by the time you
Yeah.
get to there, the game's practically almost about to end.
Okay, yeah, I could see it being better than the two struggle streets down there, but probably below the low part of tier 4, honestly.
It's honestly borderline sad. I'm not gonna lie, it's borderline sad.
Yeah. Alright, I guess that's it though. Let's
That's
take a look,
it, but
see if we want to make some changes around here.
for the Chronojet, when it does come out, it's gonna be here.
Probably right there, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though. I think
Above
Overlord-
Lutetia though?
It's gonna be above Letitia and right next, or even above.
No, it's above Youthberg. It just scales
You're
too
biased.
hard.
You're biased.
I'm biased. Youthberg's number 1.
Honestly, I think they're neck and neck. It's just
That cool.
Okay,
Alright,
okay,
yeah.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Lutetia is like a close runner-up right next to Eva, and then Overlord, I think, is the bottom of tier 1.
I kind of
If we had
think
to rank it
Overlord
somehow.
is better than Lutetia though.
Is it?
Because it just Overlord just saves so much hand with those new promos. That's what I
The
honestly
new promo's good, yeah. The only issue is though, like, other than the promo it has, it's not very consistent. You just have Overlord's deck game is basically just I swing, I hit trigger, win game,
stand.
restand, hit more triggers, win game. Lutetia has the same thing, but it does more, you know?
The crazy part is the top decks right now are the ones that are easy to pilot, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, they're all
Well,
like,
that's
yeah.
why they're there.
That's why they're there. They're easy and they're good. So I think like I think tier 1 though. I think we can just leave it like that. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Tier 2. Would I change anything in tier 2? No, I don't think so. Probably Mahar up a little bit higher than Tamayura.
I kind of agree with that. I feel like Mahar can beat Bob.
I feel like he could beat Zorga. Nah, no. Zorga's
No.
too consistent. No. I think overall it would just get shit on by Zorga. Yeah, so I think that's fine. Tier
Minerva?
3. Oh, Minerva where?
Minerva
yeah,
in
okay.
tier 2. Do you think that's their bright spot? Do you think it's below Bob and Tamayura?
I haven't much playtest against it, so I wouldn't know.
I want to say it's right here.
I want to say it's a little bit higher.
That works, okay.
I don't think it beats Mahar though.
I think it beats Mahar.
Really?
Ah.
Can I hear your reasoning for it? I'm just curious.
This like they have to get Esperidia to be a beefy attacker. They have to do that. If they can't, it's like.
Oh, that is true. Lack of consistency.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah, because even though we do have the old Varina, that's like a 30k beat stick, it's just not as good compared to the Esperidia. And if you don't get the Esperidia, it's kind of hard. And then, like, if you have to ditch Esperidia, you do have the Red CG, but yeah, really piece reliant. I think Minerva probably could outpace it, maybe. But then if they do let the Mahar get its pieces up to grade 4, then it's kind of over for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think tier 2 is fine. Tier 3,
I think tier 3 is fine.
I wouldn't change anything. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of just where
Tier-
it needs to
yeah.
be.
Tier 4 and Sag, yeah, that's perfect. Honestly, like, those two decks at the bottom, I'm waiting for something to come out for them.
They're
But-
never gonna get back up.
I don't think there's gonna be a card good enough to bring them up to the maybe for blasters, but
I can see them doing something for heroes
Well,
more
Heroes
though.
is getting something in set 9.
I don't think it's
getting
gonna be
one
that
card.
good though. I'm gonna
It's
be
just
honest.
getting one
Yeah, it's
card.
getting one card, but it benefits everything in Branky. So
Yeah, it's just one of those generic staples, I think. But I don't think it's enough to make it like super good though.
yeah.
I
But
mean,
that's
we'll do
for
it
set
after.
9 to find out. We'll find out later.
If only MLB would come up.
It could honestly with blaster support. I could see it.
We get Messianic instead of MLB.
You know. Alright, but I think that wraps up our tier list video, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean that's about it.
Yeah, so I think this is what we think the top decks are, and going into BSF, the next BSF, I think this is what you can expect to see. Like a lot of Youthberg, Chronojet, Lutetia, Eva, and Overlord players, and then just sprinkle in everything like majority of 2s. you won't see as many 3s or 4s, and you'll probably never see like, if anything, you'll probably see like a couple Sag, like 1 or 2 players.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be
But-
that one person.
Yeah, there'll be that one guy who's gonna play Majesty, and that one guy who's gonna play Galactic Heroes just because they're cool. But I think going to tournaments and up till set 9, you'll expect to see a lot of tier 1s,
Yeah.
and then a
that's
couple of
just
tier
meta.
2s. Yeah, it's just meta. That's just meta though. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, this is a Shibui, Apeugo, and Spryzen. Just let's sign off. See you guys later.